They told us to play it safe, save your money, get a steady job, don't take risks. And that's exactly why millions are broke, invisible, and forgotten. Because in today's world, playing it safe is the most dangerous move you can make. Let me take you back. I was 7 years old, selling bread in the streets of Brazil. And I'll be honest with you, it was terrifying at first, but I didn't have a choice. Behind closed doors, my mom was being abused. My stepfather would storm out of the house for days at a time. And as a little kid, I was drowning in loneliness, anger, hate, and hopelessness. So much that, at just 6.5 years old, I wanted to end my life. I wrote the letter. I went to the kitchen. I grabbed the knife. It was dark and raining outside. And right before I did it, I heard a whisper. I call it the whisper from God. It said, "Hey kid, I know it sucks, but your future doesn't equal your past. Unless you keep letting your old story overpower you. Not all storms last forever. They eventually pass. Some take longer than others, but they pass." I dropped the knife, and I got busy. I told my mom, "Make more bread. I'm going to go downtown at the bus stop early in the morning before school. People heading to work probably forgot breakfast. Some are in a hurry. I'll sell it to them." She made the bread. Think fresh bread with coconut on top and extra butter. I tied a basket to the back of my bicycle, and I rode downtown to the bus stop where the workers gathered. I was terrified. I froze. I panicked. Can you relate? Trying to sell your courses, consulting programs or masterminds online, competing with tens of millions of others. You must stand out. You must do what others don't, can't, and won't think of doing. I looked fear in the eyes. I looked the devil in the eyes. And I went for it, even after being rejected 50 times in a row. Most people quit right before the gold, but I kept going. And I decided something crazy. I would make rejection fun. I learned how to whistle. I learned to sound like Donald Duck. I copied Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses and other musicians I loved. And guess what? People started paying attention. They laughed, they smiled, and they bought the bread. By age 7, I discovered something powerful. Sales and marketing are the twin tickets to freedom. And I made a decision that day. I was going to master this craft. Then one day, I'd help others do the same. It wasn't easy, but I didn't have a choice. It was do or die. That's why I say, playing it safe is death. Speed beats perfection. If I waited until my bread looked perfect, my family would have starved. Visibility beats credentials. I didn't have a diploma. I had a whistle and courage. That's what made people notice me. Courage beats strategy. The boldest move wins, even if your plan is messy. And that's exactly why today I preach podcasting, speaking, AI, and brand building. Because in today's world, if nobody knows you exist, your talent means nothing. My friend, I want you to hear me. I know you're scared. I know rejection hurts. I know what it feels like to freeze. But the same way I took that bread basket and showed up at the bus stop, you need to show up at the bus stop of your dream. Stop playing it safe. Make it personal. Go for that audacious dream. Because if a 6-year-old boy who almost gave up could survive abuse, poverty, rejection, and fear, and his still rise to rent jets, global stages, and helping millions, then you can too. Let me tell you about Sarah, a single mom of 2 I worked with. She had little to no budget, no investors, No safety net, but she had relentless courage. She started sharing her story online. She landed her first podcast interview, then her first speaking gig. 6 months later, she had built a six-figure brand, not because she played it safe, but because she dared to play loud. So I ask you, if Sarah can do it with nothing, what's your excuse? The world doesn't need another safe player. The world doesn't need another silent voice. The world needs you. Unfiltered, unapologetic, unstoppable. Look at Kodak. They invented digital photography and then killed their own idea because they wanted to play it safe and protect film. Where are they now? Look at Blockbuster. They left Netflix out of the room. They played it safe. And now they're a museum of failure. Playing it safe doesn't protect you, it destroys you. Today's show is sponsored by an initiative to help people feed facing hunger on the streets. So I started the Name Your Price campaign. You pick the price. You come on my podcast, and 100% goes toward feeding people facing hunger. Your silence feeds nobody, but your story, your courage, can feed millions. So DM me the words, podcast interview, or get paid to speak. It's time to step out. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to stop playing it safe. Because history never remembers the careful. It only remembers the bold. And my friend, it's your turn to be bold.